Alright, so got that right. And then you got a whole bunch of torches in the middle of each one of those. Just look how tedious this is. So there's no copy and paste in the game, right? There's no copy and paste and there's no... And so like when you make anything just slightly bigger by hand, it just gets so tiresome. I don't know if... I keep thinking like the people in Mojang, like they've never built anything at scale, I don't think. Or it doesn't seem like they have ever built anything like on a grand scale, on an epic scale. I mean, other people have. I mean, I've seen, you know, other people have epic builds. Not sure if anyone actually designing the game has ever tried that. Alright, so there's that. Let me just see what that looks like. Interesting. Interesting. So now we go on top there. And this is going to be the essential structure of the bridge. Trying to put fences on fences. Can't really do this fast either because you kind of need to be accurate. And we're nowhere near. We're nowhere near the other side. I mean, okay, this is a long bridge, but it's not that long. Come on. Alright, well, let's go chop wood. Let's go chop wood because we're out. So I need dark oak. I guess I'll get the spruce as well. This is okay, isn't it? It's kind of decent. It's not that amazing, the bridge. And, let's see. So then maybe like every third one, there'll be like a column to the seafloor. So it's gonna look like that. Yeah, I mean, it looks structurally sound. It's not amazing. It's not as amazing if you look at like wooden truss bridges on the internet. But those require diagonals, and we don't have diagonals in the game. I guess I can use stair blocks and slab blocks to make the boat less blocky. Alright, so we used up all our spruce, and we used up most of our... Wait, where's the spruce? What do you mean it hasn't grown yet? Serious? That tree hasn't grown yet. We're using the wood faster than it's growing back. That's a problem. Alright. I don't really have anything to say right now, because we're just grinding trees. And I'm not even spending all that much time designing either, because as I said, I just want to finish it. So if I had to do this again, or if I ever try to do a similar thing again, I might just choose a smaller. So I mean, already we constrained ourselves to the peninsula for this project. I might have just chosen a smaller peninsula even. Although I mean, this is a decent size. Like, I'm not saying this is wrong or anything. Like the size. Just thinking. Ideally, you want to like stop just before you start getting bored. Whereas now we are stopping like kind of just after we get bored. Although not quite, like maybe a little too long. After we start being bored. Although it's a pretty fine line, isn't it? Where that line is. That's probably not enough. And I need my saplings. How many got? 4? 4's not good enough. Oh, this tree just grew up. Amazing. Well, might as well get that tree as well. I guess, like once we got our villages up to, well, like up to Now that I think about it, it was the zombie siege, wasn't it? The zombie siege really was a kick in the balls. The zombie siege was really the start of the downward spiral, I think. Downward spiral into being sick of it. I mean, before that, I was kind of okay. Like I was building the market. I was okay with it, having fun. And then the zombie siege. And yeah, just not that interested anymore. I wonder if Mojang knows. I wonder if they know. Like, this sort of stuff just makes your game bad. Zombie sieges? How does a zombie siege make the game better? It doesn't, right? It literally doesn't. Does it add fun and engaging gameplay? No, because you're just punching zombies. I mean, you punch zombies all the time, if you want to. You know, like if you don't put down any torches, then you punch zombies all the time. Is the zombie siege any different? No, it's not different at all. All it does is it kills your villagers. That's all it does. And you can't really even stop it properly because they spawn in full light. And they spawn within the walls. Like, so the walls don't help. Light doesn't help. You can cover your entire village in like 2 layers of glass on the ground. And that would stop the zombie siege. Because they can't spawn on transparent blocks or something. Like spawning 10 to 12 zombies, like how does that make the game better? The answer is that it doesn't. Having the game randomly kill your villagers, how does that make the game any better? It doesn't. Like, how does it make it more fun? It doesn't. It just doesn't. Also, I'm not getting 16 saplings here. Game. Come on, game. Unless the leaves are... Well, there's a few more leaves up there. I can see them. Oh, 16. Amazing. Zombie sieges. What are they like? The game randomly kills you. The game like randomly kills you in a way that is inconsistent with the rest of the game. Or like kills your villagers. So I play sometimes when I have time. I play X. Mostly it's X3 Terran Conflict. X is a series of space simulator games. And they're known for their size. So they're single player games. Their size, their relative complexity. But one of the things about X is that it's big and complex and a little bit buggy because it's big and complex. And in X3 Terran Conflict, one of the more notorious things that can happen is if you fly to Earth, the Earth system is heavily fortified, right? And so you're only allowed to travel in a kind of narrow space highway to go from the jump gate to the primary Earth station, like the orbital station around Earth. Well, it's a whole ring, basically. Basically, there's a giant ring around the Earth, and that's the station around the Earth. Anyway, so it's high security area. You're not supposed to stray from the open path, and you're supposed so you have this kind of safe path straight from the gate to the main dock on the ring, or the main like public dock on the ring. And that's it. Like everything else is just cannons and space stations and battleships and everything else, because it's like heavily fortified. But if you go to the Earth system, or like the Earth, like go to the Earth orbit, and you just autopilot, you tell the autopilot to land your ship at the station, the autopilot will take you on a huge circle outside of where you're supposed to go, and then it will get you, like, it will make you trespass into places you're not supposed to go to, and then it will crash your ship into one of the security stations, which is the wackiest thing. So the autopilot will just kill you, and it happens every now and then in the game. Like you tell, like often the autopilot is quite good. Like you tell the autopilot, well, fly to that system, land on that space station, and they'll just fly your ship, and you'll just fly your ship there, and it'll land your thing on that space station, and everything's fine. But then every once in a while, it will like pilot your ship wrong, and it'll smash your ship into like a space station or an asteroid or a planet or whatever. It'll just fly your ship into death, which is the funniest thing. Maybe not so funny if you're, if you haven't saved in like 6 hours, but you should save regularly in that game. So like the game has these mechanics, but then they're kind of glitchy and they don't work. And I guess Minecraft is a bit like that sometimes. it's just these, but no, it's not. It's not even that. I guess like Minecraft is worse because you play the game and you can tell that their intentions were good, even if the execution was off. In Minecraft, you question their intentions, and I think there are legitimate questions you can ask about what they actually tried to do, because some of the stuff is just bad game design. Alright, so that's the structure bit up here, and it's tolerable. So now what are we going to do about the rest of this? Do we really want columns? We kind of do, because there's not really enough structure here to hold up the bridge. So how much columns do we want to go down to the bottom of the ocean? Like how far apart can we put them? So let's say like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 2. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 3. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's 4. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it just kind of sits on the ground at the other end. Every 5. Sure, let's do that. And might as well stick one there. Holding that up. And that just sits on the ground, alright. So every 5, but even that is, I think, more logs than we have. We don't have enough logs for this. I get it, it's a long bridge, but it's kind of grindy and boring. Like the zombie siege, I'm pretty sure you know what my problem is with the zombie siege by now. But like, just to kind of clarify exactly what's wrong with it. It's that no matter how clever you are, you can't stop the zombie siege because they just spawn in full light. No matter how careful you are, no matter how clever you are, no matter what you do, you can't stop it. You just have to fight it with your axe. And somehow that is what Mojang thinks is good game design. I do realize that structurally this is kind of implausible because of how tall that is. I don't really care anymore. Oops. Oh, that's bad. Because now the I don't know if that creates flowing water there or not. It doesn't seem to. Maybe it doesn't. Alright, so you got that. Oh, that's kind of plausible. If we pretend it's not wood. If we pretend it's like steel and concrete and not wood. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, this actually looks kind of good. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, I'm just praising myself again, but this actually doesn't look half bad. Oh really? Oh good. It's shallow here. Nice.